What's up? What's up, everybody? I'm here with Taylor, the man himself, the creator of Legion Realms at War.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's good to be here at our flagship store for the GTA, Northern War Table. And it's finally here. Elder Legends is finally here. The much anticipated and waited for set. It's been a trial and tribulations with between shipping and weather, and then of course the ongoing tariff struggle with Canada and the United States. So a lot of shipping problems and stuff, but it's nonetheless it is here. It's a unique set. It's something that we're really proud of, and we're looking forward to having Francisco here be able to open some Elder Legends here on the first day. We've already shipped stuff out to our other stores. I know that Chimera Gaming is getting their Elder Legends tomorrow, as well as our stores up north are going to be getting them by Friday. We literally just got them in our hands today, and it's just been a non-stop shipping and getting everything ready to go. So without further ado, man, we have Elder Legends.
Hell yeah, guys. It is here. We are excited. It was really excited to get the message today that I just happened to be in the path of transportation. So we took it, and Taylor came by, dropped it off. Let's show you what we have here. Look at this. Compact box. Remember, it's not the size that matters, but what's inside. All right, and we have...
Cute and economical, right?
Hell yeah, yeah. You know how many of these I could put on the shelf?
Yeah.
This thing.
Honestly, Elder Legends, it's part of a saga. It's been with me for a little while now. As you guys know that follow Legions and play it, there's a rich story behind every character, world, and different things that happen throughout the battles in Legion's Realms at War. When we launched the game just over 4 years ago in October 2021, we launched the game with Ravaged Lands. Ravaged Lands is very much in the style of what George Lucas did with Star Wars. We dropped you right in the middle of the war, 400 years into the Ravaged Lands War. So this is the first chance that you're going to see historically that we're kind of rewinding the clock a little bit here. So Elder Legends Providence is the first of 8 in a saga. And the point of Elder Legends is going to be that it brings you back to the start of the Ravaged Lands War. What caused it and why we ended up there to begin with. So Elder Legends Providence is the introduction to the all-powerful false gods. They're the ones that rose up and challenged the Elysians at the very beginning. And so if you follow along the story over the course of all the Elder Legends, you will see the rise and fall of the false gods before we reach the timeline that is Ravaged Lands. So enjoy your supplemental opening here of Elder Legends, and hopefully we can, just like the box says, relive the saga.
Yep, and you guys are going to have to deal with the fact that I'm covering my face because I want Taylor to get all the publicity. Guys, what we have here is this new supplementary set. It's going to be amazing. I have Jacob in the store on his stream on Twitch. Let me get this plug here. I have it somewhere, I promise. Go to JBF Epic, so twitch.tv/JBF Epic. Check it out. He is ripping his packs open right now, chasing that serialized, trying to get those false gods. Hang out in a different tab over here, see what we pull.
Jake was the first one to get product in hands and start opening it outside of Francisco here himself. But we have already had a serialized card make an appearance at our Critical Hit Gaming Lounge in Oshawa. So that was cool to see, and we'll see if Francesco gets one here.
Oh, see, you know what the best part is? My theory is always that the person not looking for it will get it. And I'm not sure what I'm looking for yet. Then that's why we have Taylor here behind the wheel.
So Elder Legends itself as a total is a 98 card set. It features some new cards as well as some reprints, particularly from Ravaged Lands. Like I said, it is a historical set to Ravaged Lands. And for those of you who had joined in our community now or just in the past year or so, would not have had access to Ravaged Lands or the key Ravaged Lands cards. So we made it a priority to reprint them here for the first time in foil. And that way, not only you get a chance to foil out your decks, those have been playing since the Ravaged Lands days or had access to them prior.
I really did like this art. This was one of the arts provided to us from the store for the store from Taylor. for one of the banners, and I did like this.
The Magic Void Staff, and right behind it there, the Magic Void Mage. He's actually holding the staff
Oh,
in his hand.
bam! Look at that. Talk about equipping that quickly.
He's first exalted.
Ooh.
Midigan Magic Soldier, house suiting. So for those of you
Wow.
who have played in our competitive scene, Midigan Magic Soldier was previously only available as a tournament top 2 prize pool for our traveling Siege Series events that go across Ontario. And so now he's available in a set for the first time, which means he's now tournament legal to play.
That's a beautiful looking card, by the way. That is awesome. I saw this guy when fixing up the catalog. I'm like, that's a cool little rock guy. Well, I guess not so little, right?
Yeah, it's true.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Oh, hell yeah.
This also, like I said, going back, but it also has some reprints from Ravaged Lands and also some key reprints from our campaign series, which is a competitive play environment that takes place at all of our local game stores. And so some of these cards you might look familiar to you if you played in some of our campaigns or have played in Legions League. You'll see that we did some campaign reprints in here as well, because we want to make sure that cards are accessible to players, but also we want to add in these awesome foils or these extended art cards as well, so that you not only can shine up your deck a little more, but also give you access to much needed cards in the game, right? So we made sure as we went through with the testing and development team that we chose the best of the best for Ravaged Lands cards that haven't seen a reprint yet, and we wanted to make sure that they were available for our community as we continue to grow.
Yes, sir. If you guys are in the GTA or around the GTA and you're looking for a place to, either you're interested in trying this new game or you need a new game to play, come by Northern War Table in Concord, Ontario, 8888 Keele Street. Nice upper location, great table space, great chairs here. And if you're, out in, plug some of the other stores.
Oh, well, yeah, if you're out in Oshawa, you can always jump in at Critical Hit Gaming Lounge. They play every Tuesday night. And then you also have Chimera Gaming in Kitchener that you can play every Wednesday night. Or if you're up north, we also have Escape from Reality Games up in Timmins. They play every Tuesday or Wednesday night, depending on when the availability is for people. So we continue to grow, right? So we also out in Kingston every Wednesday night. Then there's a handful of players out in Sault Ste. Marie, and now we're also looking to grow into Sudbury at the end of this month as well. So, but Francesco here has been awesome working with and dealing with him as we continue to grow in the GTA, and he is going to be our foothold as we continue to do so. And he's also home of the first Siege series from 2025, and we would like to maybe return back at the end of the year and finish up a Siege series here.
Ooh.
Awesome, nice exalted.
Sorry, I have a camera and a microphone in my face, and I'm trying to do one of these.
Great Ancestral Foundry. So this is an Angel Exalted. There's a lot of history in this set, like I mentioned in the beginning. We were 400 years before the Ravaged Lands War, so these are a lot of powerful locations, places that have significance both to the culture and characters of the games as we grow, but also you'll start to see some things, especially if you read into some of the flavor text. It really starts to tie to characters that are already in the game, and you just kind of see how long they've had an influence in the storyline.
Hey guys, if we can get 50 likes on this video, Taylor's going to do an audio book.
An audiobook. I know a lot of people have been chomping at the bit to learn more of the lore, and I hope that Elder Legends helps to spur that on a little more. I know Creed was a big lore set for us, the big actual Guardians Creed written inside the box. So this is very much a lore-based set as well. And like I said, Elder Legends is one of 8 Elder Legends products to come. So this is just Providence. The next one due out next year will be Elder Legends Ascension. So it's going to continue the story arc of the rise and fall of the false gods and their importance in the game.
Yeah, guys, seriously, if you're looking for a game to pick up because you don't feel like paying $900 for a collector box anymore, I'm telling you, this is a game to pick up. It is cost-effective, very friendly, great community, growing community, Canadian-made, Canadian-printed card game. Don't have to deal with any of that tariff BS.
Everything's printed, packaged, developed, and created here in Canada. So this is Canada's trading card game, and we have been for the past 4 years, and we're continuing to chug along strong. So, if you're in the area in the GTA, you should stop in. Francesco has the entire suite of all of our products, including some Ravaged Lands Alpha packs I saw on your shelf.
That's right. I'm fully stocked. You don't have to worry about if I got product or not, guys. You come on by, I'm carrying the full line,
Yep.
except for those starter decks. But that's okay, because I have them to give out for free when you purchase a Corsair starter deck. Corsair structure
Yeah,
deck.
the new structure deck
Yeah.
that we just released. Yeah, of course. There. All right. Ancient Magi Academy. Once again, another phenomenal location. This is a Hero Exalted. Very much in the vein of like great sorcerers, or even has that. I guess to some of you that may be like Harry Potter like fans or something like that. This is the magical library where our Magi are from. So Magi are our human mages. They're the only ones in the human world that have a tremendous amount of power, and this is really showing that Magi are an ancient subsect of the mortals.
I love the art. I've always liked the art. I know I can see like progressively getting more and more into it. I don't want to say better because I do like some of the original art. And better.
Well, like some of the original art is right here on these
Yeah,
cards, right?
exactly.
Those are Ravage Lands cards
Yeah.
that we brought into foil. So
Yeah, and it looks fantastic. I like it. Always been a fan of it.
So we have a very dedicated player base thus far, and as we continue to grow, we only onboard more and more new players. And this is a game that's very friendly to pick up and try out. Like Fran already mentioned, the lower cost point, you can get a structure deck right here from Northern War Table for $20 plus tax, and that's going to gives you 98 or 96 cards in one box in a structure deck, right? So it gives you the full playable deck that is based around Marianas, the Corsair Despair, our ghost pirate who doesn't like pirates, right? She just won the Siege series here at Northern War Table, so that was awesome to see right from the pirate lady herself. So.
Yeah, that was crazy to see as like a pre-con deck coming out and just like tearing up the tables. And I know there was like a little bit of addition to it, but it's a strong base set deck. I know some of the newer guys in the community that picks them up here like don't understand how powerful it is until they start playing with other decks, and they're like, "Oh wow, this is a great value structure deck."
Yeah, you also get 36 additional cards as opposed to just to the deck, and those 36 additional cards, because they're all bounty, like you see there on that card Francesco just had there. Bounty is for those of you who have not familiar with legions, is like our colorless, very similar to that of Magic. It can be splashed into any of the other legions. They're there to basically aid all the legions throughout the realms at war. So the Marianas Corsair Despair structure deck, that is the easiest onboarding platform for the game right now, gives you the whole playable deck all in bounty, so it's colorless. And she gives you 36 additional cards, which are all some of the metagame staples. So we take a pause to see. No serialization, but this is in fact a false god. So this is the first false god that we have here for the store, and this is Mastema, the Divine Protector. Ooh. So this is the angel false god. You'll notice that those of you who are familiar with the game or have seen it before, these are the first character warriors in the game that actually are above 5 attack power. So the false gods range from 6 to 9 in attack power. So Mastema here is the holy number 7. Rightfully so, being an angel. And they introduced the false god mechanic. It's very much like a legend style, is the fact that you can only control one warrior on your side of the field with false god. So you can't have it. If you have another one, you can't play it. Or if you're playing against demons and you control one and they control one, they try and steal it, they can't, because they can't control another false god. So this is really important, is that these are these powerful uprising characters that are trying to rival the Elysians, and they all have an immunity to something. Right, so it goes to show how powerful they are of a warrior, and they're right up there, being able to fight toe to toe with the warlord.
Yeah, camera does not do it justice. You guys got to see this thing in person. It is a beautiful card. That's what I'm doing. Camera. this is awesome. Well, one false god down.
Yeah, only 7 more to find.
7 more. But you know what we really want? We want that numbered false god.
Yeah.
So there's 1 of 5, right?
1 of 5 for each one. So there's 40 numbered false gods in total for the set.
Ooh, baby. I had to have shipped 1 to somebody, or Jacob possibly has one in the other room while he's cracking his
maybe
packs.
It's right here in your stack.
Or maybe it's in this stack. We don't know. And that's why we're cracking them, because we're going to find out for sure.
I would say for those that are watching, I gotta ask you, Francesco, is this set you're gonna be carrying singles for as well, right?
That is correct. Everything we crack right here in stream will be available online for sale. Hopefully within the week or so. We have the back catalog set up. We're just gonna figure out pricing, and we'll have it posted. Anyone that comes by the store can also ask. We'll pull it out. We'll get everything organized first, and yeah, we'll have everything set up. Like a bidding system. Or no, we'll put everyone in a ring. They have to fight for it.
It's like a Royal Rumble.
Yeah. With safety equipment, of course.
Of course. You can't be tossing people.
Yeah. We'll get the gym next door. I don't know if there's a gym next door. I kind of just made that up.
I was wondering. I'm like, in an industrial sector, there's a gym next door for sure.
Took a shot, man. Took a shot. Yeah, but everything. Historically, what we do, we crack packs on stream. We offer it to our customers in store. If you guys are newer players and you're looking for singles from the other sets, I have some cards from Ravaged Lands, not a lot, but I've got cards from every single set available for purchase.
Second false god.
Second false one. Oh, baby, the Titans one, too. That is so cool. All right, explain. What's the lore behind this guy, Taylor? Why does he look so cool?
Okay, so Perseus is from the cosmic pits of Tartarus, and that's why you see all the different worlds that are growing and shattering. So he is the one that kind of holds the different ethereal planes together in the Unbound realm. So that's why he is the Unbound Cataclysm. His actual ability is called Inevitable. It means he cannot be stopped. So the damage dealt by him cannot be prevented.
Ooh.
So even if you try and play like a Mists of Fata Morgana or a Welcome to Alberdun, something that's going to fog or prevent you from taking damage, Perseus just punches through anyways. And as you notice, he also is the strongest attack in the game.
I was going to say 9. Yeah, I noticed that.
He is an unstoppable Titan without the name Unstoppable, of course. You can't have him that invisible in Gaia, but you know.
I was going to say, I haven't been able to play a lot since opening the store, but even I can see at 9 attack, this guy's massive.
Yeah. And you'll notice there on the False Gods, just like Mastema before, you'll notice that they have the actual gold plating foil down there. It says Elder Legends on the bottom of the card there. So
yeah. I do like this guy. The art for this is sick. Shout out to the artist here. Gotta find his name.
Max
Max.
Yeah. Max did all 8 False Gods.
Ooh.
He's a phenomenal artist. We've had him on board since Frontiers, and he's grown with us every set.
That's why they all look amazing.
He's also the one that did all 8 of the Creed Guardians and Guardians Creed. So, when it comes to important characters, Max, Emmanuel, and now Walter, most recently, have been our key focus for a lot of our big and powerful characters.
Yeah, shout out to the artists because it's sick. It's really cool. Ooh.
Speaking of shout out, look at this.
What?
You have a second edition hidden drop here of a Twilight Gardens.
Hey, Twilight Gardens. I know this card because I hear the name all the time. Ooh. Okay, explain this card. Explain why this is the card everyone talks about.
Okay, so Twilight Gardens and its I guess it would be its sister in the set is Magic Void Hollow. Those two are the original. I mean, we don't have a Power 9 in Legions, but if we did, these two would be on it.
Yeah.
So the Twilight Gardens and Magic Void Hollow, respectively, were both originally from Ravaged Lands. They are become such meta staples in the game. Cool little side note: when the game first launched in October of 2021, everyone was on board. Really loved Vampire Baby Doom. Everybody wanted their Kindle Hoss. Those cards were going for an exorbitant amount of money on release, and nobody paid attention to Twilight Gardens or Void Hollow, and they were like valued at like $75 as an Exalted on the very low end. And then people realized.
Oh, Jacob
Jake just
got
opened
a
a
serialized
over in the other room. The demon one.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Wow! Congratulations, Jake.
First.
If you open the angel.
So first serialized, Jacob's open. First serialized of this set open up in Northern Mortal. Big grats to Jacob.
Awesome, guys.
Hell yeah.
Congrats, Jacob. It's been a long time coming.
I told him he'd get it here.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, so we're just saying to continue with Twilight Gardens there. It's one of those essential cards in the metagame. Everyone really not only loves the card, also is the card that they hate to play against. Twilight Gardens is a card that can only be activated once per game, but it's a pretty strong negate. It can stop a conscription of a warrior or an activation of a unified, but it not just gets rid of that one card and stops it, it gets rid of all copies of that card from the player's deck. And so what ends up happening is it basically can, if well timed, it can remove a very powerful piece in the opponent's deck, and now they have to play without it for the rest of the game, right? So the Twilight Gardens is a sought after card. It's something that we felt needed a second edition reprint to bring back to the community. Previously, it was only available in Ravaged Lands. And if you're familiar with Ravaged Lands, pull rates of 1 in 4 boxes for an Exalted with 10 in the set. You're looking at Twilight Gardens only appears 1 in 40 boxes. So it was steep.
Aren't I glad I pulled one?
Yeah, it was steep to find. So we reintroduced it in extended art, alternate art when we did the Kickstarter campaign a year and a half ago for Empires in the Rise. It was available to the backers of the larger tiers, and so we also wanted to make sure that we brought back the original artwork in a Silvercrest second edition to make it not only more accessible to the player community, but as we continue to grow key pieces like that, we very much want to make sure that anyone that wants to jump into the competitive scene can do so, and they're not hindered by a paywall for cards, right?
Yeah.
We very much believe that the strongest card in your game shouldn't be a credit card, and ultimately we know there's a delicate balance between players and collectors, and card values and such, and we were trying to make sure that the sets have the best bang for their buck, while still providing the collectors what they need in terms of hunting for cards. Hence why we have card serialization.
If you guys looking bang for your buck, bam! Look at these hits so far. We're not even done. We got, including the one in my hand, 5 more boxes to open up. Let's see if I get a serialized tonight. Holy! See if the store owner gets lucky.
So yeah, we have 2 confirmed serialized thus far. So Jake opened He That Remains, the Demon serialized, a 2 of 5, and just in the other room, and then Kyle from Critical Hit Gaming Lounge tonight opened a 1 of 5 Uthrall, the Blood Shaman, so the Orc False God.
Aha, the katana with the girl holding the katana.
Yeah, katana with Orchid, yeah. Oh, speaking of Uthrall, there's the new False God.
So that's 3 false gods in one box.
Or in one case so far.
One case, sorry, one case, yeah. Hell yeah. See, we're just talking about value.
Yeah.
That's value.
Right there, you'll see Uthrall's on the lower end of attack power for False Gods. He's a 6, but he's still bigger than every other card that's existed thus far. He himself has False God with an immunity to warriors, which means he's unaffected by warrior card effects. Then he has Ritual, which is a really cool innate ability to Uthrall. Every time your opponent were to pay Bloodborne, orcs are notoriously high for paying a lot of blood on themselves or having low health to begin with. So Uthrall says every time your opponent pays blood, you get to heal it back. So he's very much a blood shaman that's going to rob from you to make sure, or rob from your opponent to make sure that you succeed.
So that explains the cup.
Yeah.
The cup dripping blood?
Yeah.
No, that was the press calling right now. They're like, 3 false gods, 1 case.
The press calling right now.
Like, what's going on? The box is on fire.
Well, I know they've already been shipping all night since we arrived. So there's I believe you said we had players or people in that order from you from Newfoundland.
Yeah, we shipped it out. Man, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, we looked at the shipping cost. We're like, but we sent it.
Yeah.
We sent it. You should be getting your package. We're shipping it out. We're dropping off at the ship station tomorrow.
That's
hopefully 4 or 5 days.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Does the Algo, Slot, Katana, and Orchid, as well as Staff and Mage together more often? Looks like we've seen them together in a few boxes. Oh, they're asking, like, are they set, like, together?
They're in the algorithm. They're not set. They do cycle through, and they don't always pair together. I hand done the algorithm for this set, like I've done with all of our products thus far. But there is 20 renowns in the set, right? So, and you get 4 per box. So that being an even number with the even number of renowns, they do cycle in to pair with each other the odd time. I mean, I think flavorly it fits well anyways, because they're the weapons that are held by the character themselves. But,
yeah. exactly. Guys, it's just luck at the end of the day. I've opened so many packs in my days, and the amount of duplicates I get is insane.
You guys.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a Magic Void
Oh,
Hollow
Magic Void Hollow, yeah.
to match with the Twilight Gardens. So there you go.
What?
We had 2 hidden Exalted drops there.
I got the twins.
Yeah, you did.
Holy shnikes. Wow. Okay, so we talked about Twilight Gardens.
Yes.
Now this one.
So Magic Void Hollow in the community wise, they would argue that it's superior to the Twilight Gardens because Twilight Gardens can only be activated once per game, and it is a negate where Void Hollow changes the way the game is played when the turn is activated. So what happens with Magic Void Hollow is when you activate it, all unified cards that can't be activated after this card resolves. So what this does is when you flip it during your opponent's turn to use it against them, they now have to play suboptimally because now they have to rush out their unified cards to stack on top of the hollow. Because after the hollow resolves, they can't use unifieds the rest of their turn.
Ooh.
And speaking in terms of Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or other games that use spells, this silences you for a turn.
Got it.
Right? So you have to try and jam all your cards out on top of this before it resolves, therefore making your playlines for your entire turn change after a Void Hollow activates.
Wow. Yeah. I'd be silent too after someone drops something like this on the table. That's a beautiful art.
Well, in addition to Void Hollow, not just silences them, it also destroys a face-up card on the field and draws you a card.
So it's a whammy.
There's so much value.
That's insane. Yeah, after holding a Siege series here, like the 2 cards I always hear come up is Twilight Gardens and Void Hollow here.
Yeah.
Always hear those names coming up.
So you'll notice there, Fran, also, you have the 2 cards there. So you'll notice here that they have, every Legion has their respective crest. But behind the crest, you'll notice that this is gold. This represents that it's a first edition card. Right? So unless the card is seeing a reprint in a set like this, you'll see here with the Void Hollow, is the silver crest. So that way the cards are there in their authenticity and they're fully able to be played.
Yeah.
But it's our way of keeping the collectible value of the cards.
Easily distinguishable.
Because they're easily distinguishable between first and second edition.
That's smart. That's smart. Man, you guys don't want to see some card games out there where it's like, look for the tiny pencil on the top right of the card. You know, you're like, what? Where?
Or is the shiny square in the bottom gold?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And the pencil, you know, if you guys play One Piece, that's the thing. Look for the pencil. Like, oh my god. All right, what is this? 4th last box from this case. I mean, this case has been a banger so far. This has been Twilight, Void Hollows. I've gotten 3 False Gods. Yeah. Insane. I mean, I'm not as lucky as Jacob. I didn't get to serialize, but it's coming. And you know what? It's okay. I'm part of the store, so the store, I technically got one too, right?
Yeah, that's how it works, right? Yeah. Is there like a store tax that we don't know about?
Yeah.
Oh, you open it in the store? Yeah. So I want to stop here for a second.
Yeah.
So this here is Essence of Ancient Death. So the players that have been around with us since Frontiers time, Frontiers introduces the essences, and it's been much of a debate about the essences being playable, and are we ever going to see more playable essences? Are there more essences to come? Every Legion is based around a color identity as well as the realm in which they come from. And so this here, Essence of Ancient Death, and the color purple is synonymous with the undead. But more importantly than how powerful these cards are and what they do for the game is that you'll notice in the artwork that it's actually, you'll see if you open up some of these other essences or look through some of the other cards for other essences, you'll notice that the essence cards actually piece together.
Ooh, I like that.
It's a giant puzzle.
Okay,
between
boys.
all the realms.
We know what we're doing before we end this stream.
Yeah.
Okay, now that you've told me that, ooh, what's this?
Oh, another Exalted here.
Oh,
We got Gluronk, the Sinister Spite.
more orcs.
Yes, so, short little story about Gluronk here. Gluronk is one of the disciples of Yuthrall. So you opened Yuthrall there as the false god.
Mm-hmm.
Yuthrall is the foundation of the disciples, and he basically acquires these powerful orc characters throughout history. And what Yuthrall has done is he's assembled them all, and you'll notice that she is allegiance locked to Sharn. So that means that she can only be played with the Warlord Sharn. So we've had a disciple already make an appearance in Empires on the Rise, and that was Zelvertork the Fatal Frenzy. And so that was the first exalted disciple to appear, and now Gluronk is the second. So in the original Orc starter deck, we had reference to the 5 different disciples on different cards. So Gluronk was on a card called Sinister Spite, or Gluronk Sinister Spite. So that's why you have Gluronk is the Sinister Spite.
Hell yeah.
And Zelfertorque was referenced on the Orcbane Feeding Frenzy, and Zelfertorque is the Fatal Frenzy. So if you look back, those you haven't followed Orcs a lot, or you're new to the game, if it's something you really want to see for flavor wise, if you see the original Orc starter deck, you'll actually be able to find and pinpoint the 5 disciples appear in there.
Oh,
and
that's
as
cool.
we roll them out through different sets, you'll see all 5 of them assemble around Sharn, the original warlord, and how she's going to try and conquer the Orcs Ravagedrome.
Oh hell yeah, man! That's awesome. I love the flavor stuff like that. I love that. And now you got me excited though. Tell me that these essences piece together.
So that was Exalted. You should put it over there.
Oh yeah. Oops. Can't make this mistake again. I
So
did.
there's another essence.
Oh, there you go.
That's the Angel one.
So is there 8 essences then?
Yep.
1 for each. Okay. And no bounty essence?
No, not yet.
Ooh, not yet.
Keyword yet.
Oh.
So when if you're lucky enough to open all the essences, you'll see that when you piece them all together, they fit really well in a 9-page binder
Oh,
or a
really?
9-slot binder, and we made sure that they were the cards in the start of the set in a numerical order.
Okay.
Now they are purposely jumbled around because as you'll see, there's another card in this set called the Hammer of the First Forge, and that's where Radoka shattered the Nexus, aka the thing that binds the essences together. She shattered the Nexus and launched the entire Pangea-like old world into the 9 respective realms. And so they are actually mixed up in order, but when you assemble them all together, they form the Nexus that Radoka once shattered. Now, the key thing is the middle piece is missing. We have not released the middle one yet, but that is the bounty one.
Ooh, you got it here first. But I don't know if it was here first, but I'm saying it was here first.
Yeah, no, I mean, not many people know that, right? So I know Thomas was gracious enough on Elra Snapshot on the last ELP spoiler. He actually put them all together. You can see it on a desktop
Oh,
computer.
nice.
But this way, you're actually going to be able to see it in person, and they look beautiful, shiny, and they line up like perfectly.
I'm looking for it. Before opening anything else, I want to get this going.
Yep, that's one of them too.
I love art
There's
stuff.
another
I'm a big art guy. If anyone watches like the other streams when I open packs for other cards, I love art. I can't get enough of it. I think art really helps to like any game pop out.
Well, I mean, art is our greatest attribute that we have, right? Like, we produce great gameplay, and we have a healthy, thriving, and growing community. But ultimately, like, the art is the thing that people remember, right? The most.
Yeah.
They remember the fun times they had with their friends and playing the game. But when you're sitting across from somebody in an intense tournament game or even in a casual game, and you put down a card, if you're familiar with the game, you're familiar with the artwork, right? So you can play a card and I'll know what it does without even having to read it because I recognize the artwork right away. And you're like, oh, that's good. We can continue on. We know what this does, right? So the art really speaks to people in a different way. And I know that art is subjective, right? So everyone has their opinions on what they like for artwork, and others what they prefer, right? But
Exactly.
But we really focus on trying to make sure that the art in Legions is its own standalone thing.
And what's great about it is that it's all done with real artists.
Yes.
I don't know if that's common knowledge, but respect out to all the artists.
There you have all 8.
Yeah. All right. All right, folks. I'm not the greatest at puzzles, so
You're gonna assemble it right now.
yeah, why not?
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So you'll notice that there's a ring on the. So this is gonna be your top right hand or top left hand corner,
Okay.
right? And then there's your side of the ring here.
Just make sure that's in shot.
So
Okay.
there's your side of the ring there. So that would go underneath, and it connects. See how they hook together?
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be the top, I believe, right?
Yep.
See, I got it.
There's your bottom left corner.
Yep. I'll put one up here because I got 2. Wow, this is a massive puzzle. This is gonna be down here.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's it. Oh yeah. That's it. That's it.
And you actually see that it bleeds over into this one.
Yeah.
So they actually connect fully.
That in the shot? Oh, that's in the
and
shot.
you see the ring?
Yeah.
So that's the whole nexus. So you're missing the center where it got shattered, but that's the start of it.
Oh yeah, look, it lines up with the moon. Hold on. The moon's right in the middle. Is that the hidden art card? Is it gonna be a moon?
This is the moon.
Is
yeah.
it? Is this foreshadowing? We're shattering the Nexus with this one. Well, yeah, I know. This is awesome. This is really cool. I'm actually gonna frame this myself.
Yeah, we have like the little hidden things, right? Whether it's in the lore or whether it's in the artwork. I know Bountiful Harvest. To those of you that open Bountiful Harvest or track down, you can find it at Francesco's store. But there's like 3 magic masks in the set, and all the 3 artworks line up as well.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
So
I was a fan of that. I remember the first time. So it was funny. A little kind of quick backdrop. I met Taylor about a year ago.
Yep.
At Orangeville Con.
Orangeville Comic-Con, yeah.
Yeah. A random Sunday, me and my brother had just an online e-commerce site. We went, we have nothing to do Sunday. We go on Facebook. I see an ad. I drive up there. I meet Taylor and Silas for the first time. I fell in love with the art right on the spot, and I'm like, give me all this stuff, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, he surprised me. He showed up, him and his brother. I had never met them before, and they come out to the table. He's like, explained to me the things. We laid out the game. We explained everything. He said he loved the artwork. You were staring at our uncut sheet for a while.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And then you're just like, just give me like 1 of everything. Wait, make it like 2 of everything. What deals do you got? And you just like, I'll be back with some cash. And you went away, and then I remember we put it all in a box, and Silas looked at me after you walked away, and he said, you think he's coming back? Like, that's a lot of stuff. And I'm like, well, we'll see. Right?
Yeah.
We're here for a few more hours still. And sure enough, Frank came back and bought into the game, and it's been no looking back since.
Yeah, it's been amazing community. If there's a retail store or a small store looking and wondering about this, contact Future Lore Studios at Future Lore Studios at...
It's admin@futurelorestudios.ca. And it goes right to Paul, who runs all of our marketing and our sales. And you'll be able to put you in contact with everything you need, right? Whether you're a player looking to order some product or looking for a local retailer that's close by, we can give you that information. Or if you're interested in becoming a Legion's ambassador and bringing the game into your local game store, right? We're all about the growth that way, and we know that it comes and stems from the community and the people who really enjoy it, right?
Yeah, definitely
support
great to
Canada,
work with.
guys. Like we're a Canadian trading card game, and we're the only one out there doing it, right?
Hell yeah. Let's not order from. No, I'm not gonna say that. But let's support Canadian made, Canadian printed, Canadian owned. This is Canada's trading card game. Yeah.
There's no big corporation. There's no big hidden suits anywhere. We own 100% of the company ourselves. There's no private investors like this. We don't have to answer to anybody, right? We run this because we're a game made by gamers for gamers, right? So
hell yeah. Ooh.
Oh.
This is I've seen the art for this, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, this is Fallout, the Mount Bane Behemoth. So Mount Bane has been something we've been teasing since the introduction in Frontiers, and now you get to see their big character, right? So this is a 3 attack power warrior that's got a tremendous amount of upside, and those who are already Demon fans, you're salivating at the fact that Fallout is now in the game. But for those of you who don't like demons, sorry, Fallout's in the game.
Oops. Yeah, so I saw this on doing my catalog, and I'm like, this art's fantastic. More essences. Ooh, yeah. Good. Now that I'm getting more, I don't feel bad about taking the ones on the mat here at the frame.
And maybe the bounty one in the center here. Maybe that comes in a future Elder Legends product.
Huh?
Maybe.
Huh?
Elder Legends Ascension coming early next year.
Oh, there you go.
We still got some product coming before the beginning of next year though. We got some stuff coming at the end of this year.
Lots of stuff coming.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Masquerade of the Macabre is next after this, so not to pull any hype away from Elder Legends because it's here today, but Masquerade of the Macabre is the next one in line. So
you guys, it is a growing game. We're not just making it up. This game is here to stay. It's growing quickly.
We're 4 years in and we keep going, man. So
be a part of the growth. Join the community. Monday night Legion Nights Northern War Table. We do monthly Siege series, or sorry, not Siege series, BFGs.
Battle for Glories.
Yep. Man, imagine monthly Siege series.
Oh, hey, we're approaching the monthly Siege series. I mean, our next Siege series is held June 21st, Saturday, June 21st at Critical Hit. And then we're going to be following that up July 19th, almost exactly a month later in Woodstock at Nerds Gaming. So, and then if all goes well with our Sudbury store at the end of this month, our next goal is to bring a Siege series back up to the Northern Ontario, and hopefully hosting it in Sudbury in August.
Hell yeah.
So,
Hey, Hunter says Fallout's too big to be 3 attack.
he's too big to be 3.
Agreed.
I know when people first saw his artwork before we exposed or before we showed who he was, everyone thought Fallout was the false god.
Oh yeah. Well, he's big enough, right? But like I said, it's not always about size.
Oh, speaking of he has appeared.
Ooh.
He, the one that remains. So interestingly to note about this, we have a certain member in our community that is either loved or hated or fabled or I don't know what, but AJ, who plays in our community, is who just coming off the last our first Rally of the Realms regional tournament. He ended up winning it. He has been bugging me for a very, very long time, since Ravaged Lands and before, for he to come into the card game. As whether fans love it or hate it, they're familiar with the card End of Days. End of Days was the demon exalted in Ravaged Lands that ended up becoming the bane of most players' existence. And he is actually this was his original form. This is 400 years before Ravaged Lands, but this was his original form before the small, minuscule version of him that you actually see in the depiction of End of Days in original Ravaged Lands.
Wow. Yeah. So, if I understand this correctly, all I gotta do is bug you about a fish god. And you telling me 4 years from now?
A fish god.
A fish god.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Why specifically fish?
I work with seafood.
Okay. So you want to see a fish god?
That's
Okay.
why fish god. Let's talk about walleye here.
I mean, we do sneak peek. We do have some sirens coming.
Oh,
So some mermaids and some sirens are coming. So they're going to close to fish people.
there you go. That
So
works.
We're getting
yeah.
there. We're getting there.
As long as they beat you to death with a flounder or something.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. See.
We should have like an equipment that's a flounder that you can just like
Yeah.
with a fish, like
There
a
you
fish
go.
slap, you know.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It's like
Hey,
challenge you to a duel.
I don't know if you ever had scales stuck on your skin, but man, they're a pain to get off. No, he goes in this pile.
So there you go. So that's 4 false gods in this case.
Yeah, that's 4. All different legions too. That's good value. No duplicates.
Yeah.
And I got the twins, the reprint twins. I got the Hollow and the help me out here.
Twilight Gardens.
Twilight Gardens, yeah.
So Void, Hollow, and Twilight. So they're here. There's a Magic Void card right there. So
Mm-hmm.
in Legions, Twilight Gardens and the Magic Void are an ongoing thing. They've been there since Ravaged Lands. You didn't really hear much about them in Bountiful Harvest, but then in Frontiers we got the Magic Void Collapse. So they're teasing the fact that the Magic Void is still present, Twilight is still present. When we got into the Empire's Kickstarter campaign, we did a Magic Void and a Twilight Gardens collection, which introduced 4 flowers for Twilight and 4 Void Hollow-like portals.
Got it.
Or like black holes or
Yep.
something for the Magic Void. So then in Guardians Creed, those came in, plus an additional Magic Void Dark Portal and Twilight Magnolia, respectively, as well as Magic Void Beast and Twilight Princess Hyacinth. So we're introducing more and more to both the Void and the Twilight. And in this set, you get the Magic Void Serpent, as well as the Twilight Prince or Twilight Moon Monk Bergamot.
Oh, perfect.
So, plus the Void Mage and the Twilight Orchid, which you saw, and the Katana and the staff.
Katana, yeah.
Right, so we're really doubling down on Magic Void and Twilight becoming more and more of a prevalent thing. Now they're all bounties, so everyone can use them in every deck, right?
And
so that's what they become these universal power pieces that you either choose to play because you want to play them and you think they're going to impact the game, but at the same time they can equally hurt your synergy and how your deck functions because they're not associated to your Legion color.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a delicate balance, but it helps with deck building and it gives us that ever presence of these 2 underlying major combative forces throughout our storyline.
Yeah. What's his name? Cardboard Cohorts asks, are heroes still the powerhouse? Always enjoyed that Legion.
Well, heroes are in a unique spot is the fact that heroes they're kind of like the jack of all trades, master of none, right? They don't have a fully, like, I would say Fandorians is their closestly fleshed out archetype. They don't have a solidified archetype. They're more so a bag of mixed treats, you know. So Elder Legends being a historical set, we really introduce more and more to the Magi based cards, because these are ancient sorcerers in the hero world. So as we continue to move along, more and more of the heroes will be fleshed out, but we have a lot of different irons in the fire when it comes to heroes.
Yeah.
They are the central part of the original storyline. So everything's going to circle back to the Sacred Bloodline at some point, and the heroes are right at the epicenter of that.
Yeah, I do want to note too, for competitive power in the last Siege series, how many legions did we have in top 8? 6?
Yes, we had 6 of the 8 legions represented in top 8.
Yeah.
So we have a continual balance. We're very proud throughout our Siege series over the past couple years that we have 17 active warlords in the game now with the full introduction of Marianas the Corsair of Despair in your structure deck. We have 17 warlords in the game, and a lot of times when we see tournament registrations, most recently at your Siege series, we only had 3 warlords that weren't represented, so 14 of the 17 were in play. Right, so that's what I mean, is that the meta health and the diversity of the game is something we've been able to maintain, and it's we wear it as a badge of honor, because I know a lot of games don't really have that that ability to have such a widespread in the meta game.
Yeah.
And it really comes down to not only the card balance and the work the testing team does to make sure these cards are in at that point, but also tips and tip our hat to the community, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that you're finding these really cool and unique playlines that we've snuck into each legion, and you're really grabbing a hold of a race or a legion that you really like, and you're finding ways to bring them to the competitively top tables.
Yeah. As a store owner, it's a nice breath of fresh air, because as I'm walking around looking what everyone's doing, it's not the same cards on the table. You know, you got all the different legions, all the different variety of cards and warlords. It's not just, when you see some of the games where it's like,
all mirror matches the whole way.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. It's like everyone's like, oh, I played the card first, so I won, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys are looking for a good competitive game that you're not going to mirror match your friends in, I'd definitely check out Legion Realms at War. Guys, by the way, this is the last box I'm opening. So
Does he get... You got 5 false gods so far? Or
I was gonna say I've gone in value.
4 false gods so far. Do you get a 5th one?
4 false gods, the twin reprints, and I got this gentleman here. What's his name again?
The Mitigan Magic Soldier.
Yeah. Yep.
Who was only available as a prize card before that. So.
All right, folks. I'll put him right here. There you go. So much value out of this case.
And like you said right from the top, right? This is a small product, but it packs a big punch.
Oh, yeah. Amazing. It's a great way for people to get into the game.
What your final Exalted is right behind this
Is
card
it?
here? Is it a serialized? Is it?
Huh?
Last pack magic?
Oh,
it's a false god.
It's a false god.
Oh.
It could be. This is number 6? 1. Oh, I gotta stop. Hold on, guys. 1, 2, 3,
4.
4. So this will be number 5.
This will be the 5th false god. So here we go. Is it serialized?
Oh man! And you know the numbers all the way on the top.
Yeah. And it looks like it might be Hero, based by the artwork. It is Hero.
Oh, it's a hero.
Oh, is it the? Oh, it's not serialized. Okay. We got Emerus, the Magi Magnum Opus.
Hunter, do it! That's awesome. Okay, tell me about this guy. Break this guy down.
So, for those of you who are familiar with, nobody's really familiar with Latin, but I love history, right? So, Emerus in Latin is immortal, right? So, Emerus is actually way back in Arthurian legend is the actual real name of Merlin. Right, so in true fashion, we wanted to bring in a powerful sorcerer that was on par with Merlin, right? So that's why he's an Emerus, and so he's the Magi. He's a Magi, so he's our sorcerers, right? But the Magnum Opus is the master of magic, right?
Wow.
So
Yep.
that's why his ability is called Opus too, and it's a little nudge for the community as well, because there's been a set in and off of our set timeline called Opus the Magi Illumination. Has been bouncing back and forth. There's a little ode to the fact that Opus is still very much in the production timeline. But yeah, Emrys is here. He's here to stay. He's a powerhouse. He also, his Opus ability allows you to play all Magi cards, Magi Unified and Fortifieds, for 10 less Consume. Now, Consume is the alchemy resource that we use, the magic resource. So the fact that he allows you to play your wizard-based cards, your Magi-based cards, for 10 less alchemy is insane. He is the master Magi.
Wow. That's really. Is that 10 less per card? Or?
10 less per card, yeah.
Wow. Talk about pumping stuff out. That's amazing. I can't believe how many false gods we've gotten. That's crazy. Of course, we're going to look through the rest of the pack, guys. Of course.
You never know. Something could be hidden in the back.
You don't know. Maybe Taylor has hidden something strategically in these packs.
It is important to note for all that are watching, the serialized false gods do not take the place of regular exalteds.
Ooh, so you can
make sure you go all the way to the back of your pack, because you might have a serialized card hidden somewhere in there.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Ooh. So you're saying, but only false gods can be serialized.
Only the false gods can be serialized.
I see what you're saying.
But the false gods, the serialized ones, can be hidden anywhere in the back, not just in the center.
Wow, that's good info to know. Definitely don't skip over the cards, guys. Definitely. Let me just let all this cardboard out of the way. All this cardboard, and watch this. We're going to do a transition. All right, guys. That was one case.
That was one case. And you got so much in one case.
I don't know what to do with all these cards. With all these false gods.
Jake in the other room still opening stuff, I believe. So
this is absolutely nuts. I'm just sleeving these up real quick, but I've gotten so another card to sleeve. I basically put all the Exaltas and false gods on the side, but yeah, I've gotten 5 false gods.
5 of the 8.
That's amazing. If you're looking for value, this is it. I got the twins. If you're curious on what I'm mentioning, for all you big boys out there that have been playing for a while.
Void Hollow and Twilight Gardens in the case as well. So
look at that. I mean, I didn't get it serialized, but I still feel like I won.
I see here with Hunter, I'll take your entire stock.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. All these cards will be for sale. Except for the essences. I'm keeping one of each of that to build the frame, because I'm going to frame it up, put it in the store. But I have lots and lots and lots from one case. It's amazing, amazing value. You guys are like, oh, I wonder how much it is. Oh, I'm going to pop it up real quick if I can get my website open.
You were the first store to have Elder Legends in stock. So it's going to be up to Fran, guys. He's going to be setting benchmark for prices for Elder Legends singles. So
yeah,
pressure's on you, man.
I'm working on the single prices. Guys, steer me in the right direction. I recently tried to build a matrix, posted on the Discord. It is purely alpha, really alpha. It's literally a twig sticking out of the dirt. Send me your feedback.
Yeah, so don't go and crush it, guys.
Yeah.
Help them grow that twig to a large tree, right?
Exactly.
We want to build a healthy and involved singles market. Us at FLS, we supply the product to the stores, and it's up to the stores to carry that banner forward and help the community get the cards they need and figure out the prices, individual card prices from there, right? So Fran's taken a giant leap forward for us with this, and we would love you guys all to come out and support him, whether it's in person or support him online and let him know, if there's certain things you think might be a little out of balance or out of whack. He's still learning, still new to this, right, guys? So it's awesome that he's willing to take on this juggernaut that is pricing. We've needed this for a long time in the community, and I mean the community has done a great job of maintaining the price point for things and trying to find the ebbs and flows of where the cards are, because ultimately we are a player's game first, right? So a lot of these cards have their value locked behind their playability and their accessibility based on what's played in the metagame right now. But because our metagame is so healthy and so diverse, card prices can be a little bit all over the map. So, I mean, Fran's trying to reel that in. He's trying to make sure it's balanced and it's open to the community, and he's willing to stick his neck out there to do that. So help him out with that, and make sure that we can continue to grow it from that perspective as well, because ultimately we want cards available, and we're going to do our job as the publisher to make sure we get second edition reprints and necessary cards needed in the game. but at the same time, we got to make sure that we maintain the collectible value while still maintaining the availability of cards, and that's what
Exactly.
Fran's here to do.
Yeah, all about helping the community, all about helping onboard new players so that we grow the community and make this game really, really skyrocket and roar. Want everyone to know about this game. Want every store to know about this game. We're building it together. If you guys are looking for product, northernwartable.com. You can get a case at $449.99. You can get a box at $47.50. We ship anywhere within North America. $200 and more. Don't worry about the shipping fee. We'll cover it. Check out the game, Legion Realms at War. It's a Canadian trading card game, guys. Thank you so much for watching the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation.
And make sure you get your Elder Legends, because Fran's already almost sold out from what we brought in his first allocation, so we're restocking them already.
I got a
and
restock
this is
coming.
what we've been 3 hours? So got a restock coming already.
Yeah, it's been crazy. We literally mailed everything out, or not mailed it. We packed everything up for mailing and went, okay, we have a case left. Let's open it for stream. So this product has been flying. You guys have been great. I love the support. But yeah, if you need stuff, check out the website, and more than willing to ship it out to you, obviously. But yeah,
And guys, he does have product. We're already restocking them. So
oh yeah, fully stocked. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the stream. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Adios.
see you guys.
Transition the logo. Da-na-na.